When it is Saturday, you know how we do it. Welcome to the show. Heal Me Youth Connect. Now, what are the do's and don'ts with pain?
Don't trivialize the pain.
What are the consequences? What are the consequences of the
Loneliness,
celibacy?
of course. Una loneliness, you want to feel loved. Unataka kusikia mtu anakupigia simu anakuambia anakupenda.
Welcome to the show. Heal Me Youth Connect. Today we are continuing with the same segment we had last episode about the pain. And we were talking about the importance of going through pain, understanding the pain you're going through in a relationship, and the purpose of healing, the need for you to be able to heal, for you to be able to move on and have a fulfilling relationship in your next phase. And to help us understand this better is the perspective of the importance of pain. And she has shared a very good testimony, her own experience of how he went through the pain. So, Madam Rose, as you continue to, you are touching something very important, and our viewers are actually appreciating the kind of depth that you're going with this relationship. So we talked about so much about the pain. Now, what are the do's and don'ts with pain?
Thank you, Paul. The first don't of the pain, don't trivialize the pain. What does that mean?
Yes.
Don't run away from the pain.
Yes.
Face the pain. Know why this pain. Kwa nini hii pain imekuja? Lazima ukue na sababu. Kwa nini Mungu allowed this pain to happen to me and not the other person? Amua leo, this pain I have to accept it, and God help me, lead me to that pain, and nisaidie to go through that pain. Even in Isaiah 45:2-3 we say, I'll go before you, Jesus says, I'll go before you and level the mountains and break all the doors. Ataenda mbele yako, atakusaidia. So the huge mountain that you are seeing, that pain is the mountain that you are seeing now. You'll go through it, and when you come out from that pain, you'll know the purpose, you'll know, you will be able to know who you are better, and you're able to understand even other people better. Yes.
Because I've seen people suppressing the pain, and by suppressing, they become numb.
Yeah.
So this person, hayuko peke yake, they are not themselves, and through that they end up hurting themselves so much, they end up hurting others so much. So you're telling us it is very important for you not to run away from this pain.
Yes.
So kama ni kulia, welia, right?
Amua kulia, amua this pain. Accept the pain. Because when you don't accept the pain, utapata depression.
Yeah, exactly.
And for you to avoid those issues, accept the pain and move on. Don't be stuck. Don't be stagnant. Accept and move forward with your life. You have children, bring them up.
Yes.
Walipie shule, endelea na job yako, do your things, go to school, learn the business maybe you want, do it.
Yes.
Don't be stuck with that pain. Move on with your life.
I was hearing the other day a story of someone whom the guy was going through a lot of pain in the relationship, a lot of betrayal, a lot of cheating from the wife, and all this. So this guy reached a point and said, I will not allow myself to die. What did they do? They separated, they divorced, and the guy got married again. But when he went to that relationship, he had not healed from the previous relationship. So he found that this one was even worse than the previous relationship. What did this guy do? He did not accept the pain. And this guy actually committed suicide. So it is very, very critical and very important for you to be able not to run away from the pain, but to go through the pain for you to be able to heal. What other don'ts when it comes to pain in a relationship?
Okay, another don't with pain, don't memorialize with pain. Don't keep on remembering. Don't keep making memories of that pain. You went through that pain, accept it. That I went through this, I loved marriage, but this happened. Acha kushinda hapo, kishinda nikisema, nilifanyiwa, utakuwa na victim mentality. And you never move on with their life.
So the
You'll
brain,
be stuck.
so the brain magnifies.
Yes.
When whatever you focus on, inakuwa magnified.
Yes.
So you start now playing back and forth the memories of what I should have done, what was done to me, what I did not do, what that person did to me, and through that you are being stuck in that pain, right?
You'll forever be stuck when you keep on remembering that they did this to me, they are doing this to me, but you have to accept it and know who you are. We say that you have to know who you are, because when you know who you are, you'll never be ashamed of what you went through. You have to stand firm and say, me as Rosemary, I want this and this and this. I want to fulfill my purpose. I have to practice my parenting skills well. I have to pay school fees for my children on time. I have to do personal development. But when you keep on memorizing, you keep on remembering that you face this pain, you will never heal.
Wow.
So you have to accept and you move on with your life.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, another don't?
Another don't is don't socialize the pain. Because Paul, tuko na marafiki.
Yes.
Na watu wenye tunaongeleshea, kuna wenye watatukitake vizuri, kuna wenye watatuongelelea. So when you keep on talking about that pain with your friends, utasikia imesambaa, hata utajua imefika aje, and people always say negative things. So itakuwa kama bushfire. Imeenda na maybe haukuwa hivyo. Watu wanaongezanga tu chumvi ndani. So don't socialize the pain. It's good to go to visit a therapist. It's very nice to go to a therapist and you process that pain with that person so that you'll be able to move on.
Because a therapist is trained, is a professional. So they're able to guide you pole, as you talk, as you share, you are also healing. Lakini unasema ukiongea na mabesti, everywhere you get opportunity, unasema venye ulihatiwa, venye aliyakufanyia, so you'll never heal.
Utakuwa na shida zaidi ya venye maybe ulikuwa before. So every time watu wanakuongelelea vibaya, and utahil, utakuwa unasikia uchungu. Pia watu wameanza kuniongelelea, uko na wound bado, but watu wanaendelea kuinja. So the best thing is to accept and go for therapy. Go for therapy and also pray. Prayers work miracles. When you pray, God knows, I'm going through this. He will give you that grace to sustain you during that moment. That moment of wilderness. Inaitanga wilderness because it's a wilderness. Pain inakuwekanga in a wilderness. But it's you to come out from that wilderness as a different person. Yes.
Wow, so your friends will actually sympathize with you. And when they sympathize, you feel worse, you feel bad. But a counselor, a professional therapist will actually empathize with you. And through empathy, you are able actually to continue healing and healing and healing. Wow. Do you have any other
another
don't?
I have two more.
Yes.
Don't prioritize. At every moment you wake up in the morning, that's the first thing you remember. Have a list. Do positive affirmations. In psychology, we say they are cognitive exercises. Make a list of 5 things that you want to change in your life. Make a list. Kama mimi nakuanga na yangu. Every morning I have to say, Rosemary, you are very beautiful.
And
you are going to make it in life. You are going to have best skills in parenting. You'll go far in this counseling field. So every day, do positive affirmations and stop prioritizing. Walinifanyia. Because you'll always be stuck.
Wow.
Move. Start doing your things. Start doing personal development. Because when you know who you are now walking in that journey of you realize yourself every day, what you want. What you want to do, what you want to do in your family, and what to do with yourself. If you have anger issues, know what you do to kutoa your anger issue. You become a whole person. Mentally, spiritually, socially, physically, financially, you'll become a whole person. But when you keep on prioritizing, you'll always be stuck.
Wow. This is interesting. That when it becomes the only thing in your mind that this person, what they did to me, how it was unfair, how they could have treated me differently, the betrayal they did unto me. So when that becomes a priority, then your life will never grow, you'll never move on, you'll never heal. right? So can you replace that in your mind? Can you replace it with something positive? Yes. And that's why Madam Rose is telling us that positive affirmation are very important, because zinakusaidia to accept yourself, zinakusaidia to become better, and through that you actually end up now healing totally and forgetting about the pain you went through, and it becomes a lesson, you know, rather than becoming the main thing that you ever forever live at. So you have one more
yes,
don't.
You have another one. Don't analyze the pain.
Don't analyze the pain.
Because when you keep on analyzing, you have self-pitying. Kwani mimi tu nakoseangwa? Kwani mimi nafanyiwa hivi?
Yes.
But don't analyze the pain. Accept this happened and had no control over it.
Yes.
And from that, learn. From this pain, what am I learning? Ni nini nenye nafanya my weaknesses?
Yes.
Nazi upgrade aje zikuwe positive.
Because you can also be the reason for
yes,
the separation.
Yeah.
Or in a relationship.
In a relationship, it's a both. It's two-way traffic.
Yes.
Kuna venye unaona na kukosea, kuna venye pia wengine anaona na kukosea. Because unaweza jiona perfect, but pia wewe you contributed for that relationship to break. Don't have that mental victim ati wewe tu ulikosewa.
Yes.
Pia sisi tunakosea watu. So it's there, this the moment you have to realize who you are. This is the moment to realize your weaknesses. Ni nini nilifanya me as Rosemary for that contribute for that break, hiyo ku break. Ni nini nilifanya vibaya? Maybe I had anger issues.
Yes.
Before niingie to another relationship, hii anger nitakuwa nimeicontrol aje. That's why nimesema unaweza anza start doing personal nini awareness, kuanza kufanya daily affirmations.
Yes.
Because when you start doing affirmations,
yes,
you start changing your mind. Your subconscious mind inaanza kuchange. And within 30 days, utakuwa a different person.
Wow.
So don't stuck in the pain.
Yes.
Don't analyze the pain. Don't prioritize the pain. Don't memorialize the pain. Don't socialize and don't trivialize.
So if you don't do all that, Rose, then what are the techniques then you need to apply for you know to be able to overcome, to get over this pain? What are the techniques?
The first thing, read books.
Read
Kama
books.
hii,
Yes.
hii yako ya Paul Wangari.
Yes.
Kuna hii why you marry wrong.
Yes.
You'll have all the reasons as to why you should not marry
Wrong.
Date right. Order this book. It's a very good book. I have read it. It's very rich inside. So do read inspirational books. They will help you to have to know people, to realize yourself better, and don't do the uache kukua na those cycles. Mimi nilikosewa. Break that cycle and date right.
And right-turn yourself,
yes,
so that you don't repeat the same mistake.
Yes.
And one of the way is you able to read materials.
Yes.
And I also advocate that you, when you see these seminars, like I know one of my good friend Alan Rollins always have these forums. So if you find forums,
yes,
you know, where they're talking about single parenting and relationship and these things, then it is very important for you to be able to attend, so that you are getting equipped to become better. All right.
Another thing, go to a therapy.
Therapy, yes. Again, therapy is coming up again.
Therapy works because when you go to a therapy, we have all the techniques,
yes,
for you to heal.
Yes.
The first thing naipenda sana is journaling.
Yes.
Journaling is taking a book and a pen and write. Yes. Whatever you feel, the pain that you are going through, write it down.
Yes.
Ili nisaidia sana. That time I was going through that pain. Because hata ningetaka kutusi hiyo mtu,
yes,
ningefanya hivi kujisamehea, you write it down. This person did this, I did this, forgive yourself, forgive God, write it. Because when you write it, inatoka. Inaanza kutoka. Yeah.
Okay, journaling.
There's journaling, then there is meditation. Do a lot of meditation.
Yes.
No, me as a Rosemary, nataka nifike wapi. Hii pain isinistop hapa. Lazima you move beyond the pain.
Yes.
Before you, kwa hii wilderness, uko nayo kwa ya pain. Hii wilderness, utatoka aje, utatoka tu venye uliingia. Toka as a different person. That's why I decided to go for counseling. That's why I decided to take counseling psychology as a course. Yes. To do personal development. Yeah.
But you see, Rose, when you talk of meditation, there are people who, when they sit to think about what was done to them, they get overwhelmed. They get emotional, you know, because the pain resurfaces again, and they feel bitterness. How do you tell them? How do you do it when you're meditating to control your thoughts? you know,
Yeah.
and not magnify that whatever was done unto you. That you're doing this meditation for your own good, for positivity, for positive gain. How do you control your mind on that?
It's a choice. Everything is a choice. You have to decide to be a positive person, to have a mindset of being positive. You have to decide from now on, I have to be positive minded person.
Yes.
You have to make that list. Here, positive affirmations will help you to come from negative mindset and start a journey of being a positive person. Yeah, it will help because every time you have that negative idea coming to your mind, block it with a positive idea. Yeah, that will help you start that journey of being a positive
When
person.
is the best time to meditate? Is it morning? Is it evening? Is it to take a day off and go somewhere?
Anytime you are free, it's always good to meditate. The time pia kuna ile the best moment you want to meditate is jioni, maybe before you sleep.
Yes.
You meditate how the day was, nini ungefanya better, nini ulifanya makosa. Izile venye ulifanya makosa, forgive yourself. Sema this, we are human beings.
Yes.
We are prone to mistakes.
To mistakes,
So accept yourself, forgive yourself, and move on. I did this, I forgive myself for this, and I have to move on from this thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Another technique?
Another technique,
Yes.
pray. Prayer. Because prayer, Mungu anakuanga, God is rich na graces. He has all the graces. Ukimuomba, atakupatia kenye umemuomba. If you pray for the grace of celibacy, atakupatia for you to stop being a lustful person.
Exactly.
That journey pia itakusaidia kujielewa zaidi. Juu saa zenye umeamua kwanza kujielewa, hata before another person come, utajua utaweza kumuelewa. Yeah. It's good always to celebrate. Me personally imenisaidia. Iko na benefits zake. Okay, it has also the consequences, but you have to be aware of the consequences.
What are the consequences? What are the consequences of
loneliness?
celibacy?
Of course, kuna loneliness. You want to feel loved. Unataka kusikia mtu anakupigia simu anakwambia anakupenda, but this time it's for you to heal. Yes. If you can be able to, if you find a person who is good, maybe you want to date. It's hiyo ni sawa.
Lakini uko umepona.
But mimi pona kwanza. Mimi niliamua kwanza kupona. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it is possible to control your feelings, your sexual feelings, and you're doing this with intentionality.
Yes. You are very intentional.
You are intentional.
Hata hizo feelings ikikuja, because you are human beings.
Yes.
You have to feel that way.
Exactly.
You have to read a book. Chukua kitabu kama hii, soma hiyo mindset itatoka tu. Utaanza kufikiria vitu zingine. But if you concentrate with that thing, utaenda kutafuta nje.
Exactly.
But pia ujue kuna consequences.
Yes.
Kuna issues mingi, kuna magonjwa, maybe hujakuwa prepared kuwa na huyu mtu, maybe una family planning, maybe pia mwenye ako readily available bwana ya wenyewe. So unapata umeingia to deep shit hata before when ulikuwa. So it's good also to date right. Yes.
So you raise your value, and by raising your value, you attract the right people in your life, in your cycle and in your life, all right? So that's when you don't make a mistake. Because I've seen people, is what the Hoytman says, you jump from the pan to the fire, you know? So umekuwa in a relationship that was very toxic, but again, now thinking that you uko sawa because kuna mtu readily available, you get now into even a worse situation than even before.
Yeah.
Kwa hivyo, it is very important what you're telling us that celibacy, you can practice celibacy, and you're doing this with awareness that I'm doing this for my own good. I can control my feelings, I can control my emotions, I can control my body, because I don't want to repeat the same mistake. I don't want to hurt again. I don't want to go into another bad mess. All right. So when you're not prepared, kwa hivyo unaweza control. You can have a self control, and you're able then to be able to choose right. And what you're saying is that foundation is very important. That before someone thinks of getting into another relationship, it's always important to ask yourself, am I doing it right?
Yes.
And what do I want from this relationship? Is this person ready for me? Do they have right intentions? You know, do they have a future with me? Because these things you can tell. You know, someone has a
when you heal, utajua. Because you are composed.
Yes.
You also know this person is lying.
Exactly, because umekuwa hapo before. You have been there in the past. Wow. Nice.
It's good to know yourself, to date right. Yeah.
Wow. And that's why we have such kind of books, you know, and there are so many other books written. I have one of my friends who has written a book titled Love and Thorns, and there's this one, Why You Marry Wrong. There's another one by another friend of mine, dating tips, and then how to know red flags in a relationship. There are so many books. So ensure that you invest first in yourself, right? Invest in knowledge so that you are able then to make a right move when it comes to moving forward. So those are the techniques that one can apply. All right. So what lessons then did you learn? You know, from the relationship that you were in, it didn't work. Lasted for only 6 months or so. All right. And then you left there with a pregnancy. You know, now you had one kid. Now you have two children, whom now again you are to take care of, and doing it all alone. What lessons did you learn from that?
Okay, I learned a lot. First is I had a lot of anxiety, so I learned ile ya kutoa kumaliza hiyo anxiety, and now I'm healed. Then another thing I learned, date right. There are so many men who are readily available. Most men are maybe married men, they are readily available. When you want a man, huyo atakuchukua tu. Na pia utakuwa in that cycle.
Hata wasichana pia, there are many who are available. Yes. So this guy who has been heartbroken. Yes. You know.
So utakuwa in that cycle. Cycle. So it's you to break that cycle. You say, I'll not be an option to a man. I'll be a priority. Because when you know yourself, you have the journey of self-love. Yes. Kujikubali, kujipenda. So utatolerate vitu kama hizo kukuwa an option in someone's life. You have to be priority. Yes. You have to be intentional what you want. Yes. Then usimess tena. Usimess tena. Lazima ujielewe. Lazima you know what you want. Lazima ujue. Hata nikiwa na watoto wangu, ujue mwenye atapenda watoto wako. Exactly. Usiende hapo tena useme tena iko hivi. So also involve God. In everything that you do. Involve God. God will always direct you. Atakwambia, and God talk to us through so many ways. Yes. First is instincts. Ukikuwa na mtu utasikia instincts zako kama zinapelekana. Utasikia, na kama unapelekana na Mungu venye inafaa, utajua. Yes. Wow.
So this is just a few of the lessons that she has learned from what she went through.